Ladies and gentlemen, the world of professional wrestling never stops, and welcome to another ridiculous report. The Rock's daughter, Ava, left WWE last month out of nowhere, announced she wasn't renewing her contract, said goodbye, and then after she left, disparaged Ice, and then deleted her Twitter account. It was an eventful week for Ava, but apparently, according to Brian Alvarez on Wrestling Observer Live, WWE offered Ava a deal to stay. It just wasn't a significant raise. The same thing happened with Jasmine Nix, and she decided to leave. So Ava was offered a contract by WWE, turned it down to leave. I was under the impression that WWE realized that she was terrible as general manager and terrible on screen and just terrible in that role and decided not to offer her a contract. For her to be offered a contract and deny it is insane to me. If I was terrible at something and someone offered me $20 to continue to do it, I'd keep doing it. But she was offering thousands upon thousands of dollars to do something she's awful at and turned it down. So that's her decision. But this is what Alvarez said. I heard about Ava, and what I was told is one of the big reasons she did not renew her contract, which is very similar to what happened with Jasmine Nix. She was making a certain amount of money. She had been there for a long time, and they weren't offering her a big raise. She didn't want to keep doing it for the money she was making. This has happened with other NXT stars as well, so it's a trend. WWE's not offering big money to NXT stars. Why would they? They're not main roster stars. Why would they offer them big contracts? Maybe Ava wanted to go up to the main roster, but I can't envision her ever making it to the main roster as an authority figure. She has no camera presence. But that's the update on Ava. They offered her money. I have no idea why, but she decided to spare us all that having to watch her and left. Thank goodness. It's a report from PW Insider that WWE is excited about 3 new stars. Triple H keeps calling this a new era. I don't know what's new about Roman Reigns winning the Men's Royal Rumble match. Seems kind of like the same old thing, but he's saying we're in a new era. We'll see if there's any evidence of that, but WWE backstage, they are high on Obafemi, Sol Ruca, and Javon Evans. We've heard a lot about Javon Evans. He's an incredible athlete. I don't know what the ceiling is for Javon Evans. I think a mid-card champion, IC champion, like a Sami Zayn. He reminds me exactly of Sami Zayn. But Obafemi and Sol Ruca, I think Obafemi is a future world heavyweight champion. Sol Ruca is already popular, and she's already shown that she's different. She has personality. So I agree with WWE about these 3 stars. I think Javon Evans is like the classic in-ring worker who can just carry the middle of the card for you for 15 years. So that's excellent. I love Javon Evans. Obafemi debuted in the Men's Royal Rumble match. He was eliminated by Brock Lesnar. I wish they had Femi eliminate Brock Lesnar. It would have been a much more impactful moment, but he's got a bright future. And like I said, Sol Ruca she's already different. She stands out immediately. So I'm excited about their futures as well. Jey Uso has been going on a little bit of a temper tantrum as of late. I don't know if he's teasing a heel turn or what's going on, but he's been posting these somber, complaining messages on his Instagram story. You know, you all don't deserve my family for real. Because fans aren't over the moon that Roman Reigns won the Men's Royal Rumble match the year after Jey Uso won the Men's Royal Rumble match. And I wasn't excited about Jey Uso last year either. So maybe that's a message directed to fans like me. You're right, Jey. I guess we don't deserve it. I just want to see something new. We've seen the Bloodline on top forever. Jey Uso's singles run was so successful that he's already back in the tag team division. So I don't know what I'm supposed to get out of that, but if they're going to turn Jey Uso heel, I'd love to see it. Means we don't have to see Yeet encores every Monday night anymore. I'd love to see Jey Uso as a heel, and maybe he can link back up with Roman Reigns. We'll see where this goes, but I think Jey Uso, I'm hoping there's a storyline behind this, and it's not Jey Uso just throwing a temper tantrum. Let's talk some AEW news for a second. The company got good ratings for this past Wednesday's episode of Dynamite. They're building towards Grand Slam Australia. Reportedly, AEW is considering making AJ Styles an offer when that they can. That's from Fightful Select. If AJ Styles actually becomes a free agent, they will offer him a contract. That Fightful Select says, reported that. I don't believe that will ever happen. I don't believe AJ Styles has any interest in going to All Elite Wrestling. He retired against Gunther. He was on Stephanie McMahon's podcast. Basically said he's going to return sometime down the line. Noted that people always come out of retirement in professional wrestling. I don't like that. It's like John Cena's retirement's official. He's never coming back. But AJ Styles' retirement, 3 weeks later against the same guy, who knows? I don't like that at all. But I don't see AJ Styles ever coming back to compete in AEW. He'll return to WWE if he's going to have another match, but who knows? Speaking of AEW, Andrade defeated Kenny Omega this past Wednesday night on Dynamite. There were OnlyFans models in the front row to support Andre. It's actually a funny bit. It looks good. He's got a bunch of these females in the front row supporting him, rubbing his chest all over him, hanging all over him whenever he goes over there. It's a good bit until they start using social media. One of these OnlyFans models posted a photo of Kenny Omega being held back by security and wrote, "This is so fake." So they don't even tell these models, don't crap on the product while you're here, please. We're paying you money to be extras here. Don't shit on the show while you're here. They can't even do that. It's unbelievable. Roman Reigns is going to be challenging CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 42, but WWE has big plans for CM Punk on the road to WrestleMania as well. Finn Balor attacked CM Punk earlier this month when Punk defended the title against AJ Styles. Punk responded to Balor's attack ahead of his promo with Roman Reigns last week, suggested they have another match, and now reports are that they'll be having a match at Elimination Chamber in Chicago for the World Heavyweight Championship. So in addition to the men's and women's Elimination Chamber matches, that's going to be the title match of the PLE. Just think of the Royal Rumble. We had the men's and women's Royal Rumble match. We also had Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre thrown in there. We all knew Drew McIntyre was going to win. We all know CM Punk's going to defeat Finn Balor as well. I can't imagine them changing that from Punk and Roman Reigns to Balor and Roman Reigns, but that's an exciting match at Elimination Chamber. Could lead to Balor maybe turning babyface finally after that, or just going on a different path other than the Judgment Day. That needs to change. Something needs to give there, but I'm excited for Balor versus Punk Part 2. Their first match was great. AEW National Champion Ricochet went on a rant on Twitter saying that WWE destroyed his legacy when he was on the main roster, and he's done the same to other stars such as Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, which makes no sense, Shinsuke Nakamura, which I kind of agree with. He's been wasted in WWE. But Sami Zayn, he said that basically that people remember El Generico more than Sami Zayn, which is unbelievably stupid. Sami Zayn's role in the Bloodline drama, he's had countless epic moments on the main roster. I don't know what the hell Ricochet's problem is. The problem is that it didn't work out for him on the main roster, it seems. But Sami Zayn responded to that brilliantly by sharing a Mike Tyson clip. And when he was asked about the word legacy, he said, "It's meaningless. What the hell am I going to care what people think about me when I'm dead, when I'm just passing through here? It doesn't mean anything. It's a made-up word." And I kind of agree with Sami Zayn's point until a report came out that he was trying to push to win against Drew McIntyre at Royal Rumble to become undisputed WWE champion. That was happening like basically the day of the PLE. There was still conversations. Sami Zayn wanted to win the title. If you don't care about your legacy, Sami Zayn, why are you pushing backstage to win the title? A little bit of a contradiction there. And it's also been reported that a bunch of people were pissed off about Ricochet's comment. I'm not sure why Ricochet wants to burn his bridges in WWE. I think that's a bad move. But AEW's using him better in terms of in-ring stuff, but he still is not excelling at promo, which is what held him back in WWE. So that is it for this episode of The Ridiculous Report. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.